Hello and welcome viewers. Today we are going to talk about sequencing problem. We are going to see a type where processing of n number of jobs with 3 machines. Let's say this is a given problem wherein there are machine A, B and C are given. These are the time taken by each machine to process a particular job, and J1, J2, J3 up to J5 are the number of machines. So basically we got n jobs and 3 machines to operate, and the time total elapsed time we need to find. Also we need to find the ideal time for each of the machines. So while solving such problem, first we need to check step 1, that is check for the machine sequence. Like as we know that in sequencing problems only one machine to be processed at a time, so we need to check whether first machine A is processed, then process B, and followed by process C. So in order to check this, first we need to go for a condition, which is that is minimum of A is greater than or equal to maximum of B, or else minimum of C is greater than or equal to maximum of B. Let's see here. This is the rule which is going to decide the sequence of machines, like A followed by B followed by C. So let's see, minimum of A is nothing but 40, and maximum of B is nothing but 60. So whether this condition is true? No, this is not true. So let's see, minimum of C is 60 and maximum of B is nothing but 60. So yes, it is greater than or equal to B. So hence we can say that, I'll just write down for you. See, minimum of A is nothing but 40 and maximum of B is 60. So this condition is false. But minimum of C is 60, which is greater than or equal to maximum of B is 60, which is equal to, hence this is true. So we can say that the sequence will be A followed by B followed by C. So this is the first step when we have to solve n jobs and 3 machines. The second step, again what we have to do, we have to club or group the machines using Johnson's rule to reduce the size. That means what we are going to do, we are going to reduce the size up to 2 machine problems. So whatever the number of machines are given, we need to convert them into 2 machine problem. How we are going to do that? It's very simple. We are going to create new machines, that is M. M is nothing but, I'm going to club the values, that is suppose whatever the machine A problem values, I'm going to add up with machine B values. Let me tell you how I'm going to do this. See, now J1 becomes, I'm going to add these two numbers like 40 plus 50. So my J1 is nothing but 90. Similarly, I'm going to add up 90 and 60. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add 90 and 60. That means I'm going to add the machines A and B values, and I'm going to write down them again. So this will be 90 plus 60 will be 150. Similarly, 80 plus 20 will be 100. 60 plus 30 will be 90. And 50 plus 40 is again 90. Now new machine N is nothing but B plus C. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add values of B plus C. That means B plus C values. For example, 50 plus 80. So 50 plus 80 will be 130. So similarly, 100 plus 60 is 160. 20 plus 60 is 80. 30 plus 70 is 100. 40 plus 110 is 150. So what I have done, I have converted the given number of machines into 2 machine problem. Now the rest is similar what we have done previously. So here whatever the entries coming from machine N, so that has to be put on the right hand side, and whatever the entries coming from machine M, that has to be put on the left hand side. So we are going to try to allocate the optimal sequence. So let's find out the smallest number in this. Smallest number is nothing but 90, 90, 90, 80, sorry. First is 80. So I'm going to allot 80 80, let's say it is J3 and it is belongs to N, so it is going to be on the right hand side. So now this is done. Now we got 390, so you can decide any of the sequence, that is no problem. As I say, whenever we got a similar values and all the similar values belongs to the same machine, you can choose any of this. There will be multiple sequences possible, but the ultimate results is not going to vary. So I'm going to go by the rule of thumb, that is from left to right. So I'm going to first allot J1. J1 machine belongs to machine M, so I'm going to write down here J1. Similarly, this J4 belongs to M, so I'm going to write down this here. And this J5 belongs to M again, so I'm going to write down here. So what is left? Left is J2, so I'll just write down J2 here. So now I got the sequence of the number of machines that we need to process. So this is J1, this is nothing but J1 machine, followed by J4, followed by J5, followed by J2, and followed by J3. Okay, so now I am going to prepare the in and out table for this given sequence. So I'll just rewrite the number of jobs is nothing but J1 followed by J4, J5, J2, and J3. Now again, as we know, I'll be requiring this. Yes. So what is the in time? Of course, the very first machine processed will be, so the number of jobs are J1, J4, J5, J2, and J3. Since as the rule we know the first machine operation starts with the 0 timing. Now I'm going to refer J1 for machine A. Job 1 for machine A is 40, so this is nothing but 0 plus 40, so out time will be 40. Immediately it will take and start processing next job, that is job 4. The value is 60, so 60 plus 40 will be 100. Immediately for J5, it is a value for machine A, job 5, 50, so 100 plus 50 is nothing but 150. Similarly, next is J2. J2 value is 90, so 150 plus 90 is 240. 240, again 240. J3 is 80 plus 240 is nothing but 320. So out time, these are nothing but the out times for the machine A. Similarly for machine B, the in time will be till the time the first job finished, that is J1. The machine will wait up to the machine A finishes. So J1 is 40. The machine B job 1 times is 50. I'm going to refer this the row 2. So J4 is value is 30. So for J1 is for 50. J1 is 50. So 40 plus 50 is 90. Similarly 190, higher value is 100, so I'll just put 100 here. J4 is 30, so it becomes 130. 150 is higher, so I'm going to select 150. Its J5 is 40, so it becomes 190. 190 and 240, higher value is 240, so I'm select 240. J2 is 60, so that becomes 300. 300 and 320, higher is 320, so I'm going to select 320. J3 is nothing but 20, so this becomes 340. Similarly for machine C, the ideal time will be 0 plus 40, and once machine B is finished, because what is the processing, once A is finished then B will start, then C machine will start operating. So here out time is 90, it becomes the in time of machine C, first job. So that is J1, that is 80, so 80 plus 90 it becomes 170. Similarly 170, 130, higher is 130. Why I am taking higher value? Because the machine will remain idle till the time the previous machine finishes its work. So 170 plus J4 is nothing but 70, it is nothing but 240. Again 240 and 190, so the higher value is 240, so J5 is 110, so this is nothing but 350. Now 350 and 300, so higher is 350. I'm going to select, and J2 value is 100, so it is nothing but 450. Now 450 and 340, so higher value is 450. I'm going to consider, plus J3 value is 60, so that is nothing but 510. Now I'll just find out the ideal time for machine C and ideal time for machine B. So here for C, the first, as we have seen in this previous problem, the ideal time for machine B is 40 till it gets the first job. Here the difference we need to calculate diagonally, that is 190, so it's 10. Here it is 20. Here it is 50, and here it is 20. So I'm going to sum up this, that is 40, 10, 50, 70 and 70. So this is nothing but total 140. Similarly with this, I'm going to check diagonally, the values I'm going to check diagonally. So the first job it will get at 90 minutes, so ideal time is 90, followed by 0, here though no difference, 0, here no difference, 0, here no difference, 0. So this is nothing but 90. So the total elapsed time is nothing but this value. The total time required to complete and finish up the given task is nothing but 510 hours or minutes, whatever the unit is given. The ideal time for machine C is nothing but this, that is 90. Plus the ideal time for machine A, of course, will be 0, because the first machine is processed with all the jobs first. Now ideal time for machine B is nothing but ideal time 140 plus this is the total elapsed time, that is 510, minus the last job that it finished is at 340. After that machine B will remain idle only. Once all the jobs are processed by machine B, it will remain idle. So this is nothing but 140 plus 510 minus 340 is nothing but 170. So the ultimate is 310 hours or minutes. So this is how I'm going to solve n number of jobs and 3 number of machines. So it's very simple. Hope you like it. Please do subscribe my channel. Thank you.